The new revelations from the Bridgerton cast are making us question everything we know about the show. Since the iconic love story of Kate and Anthony ended in season 2, fans can't wait for a third season because they're excited to see what comes next. The second season of the show was entirely different from the first one, with all the longing and only one intimate scene. Now the creators are changing it up again for season 3. The plot of the show isn't the only thing that's going to change because we might be seeing a little more flair in the costumes. Simone Ashley, playing Kate Sharma on Bridgerton 2, recently revealed how uncomfortable it was for her to wear corsets on set. She said that she didn't even eat or move properly while wearing those tight garments. It actually hurt her body and she ended up with an injury. She added, "I had a lot of pain with the corset too. I think I tore my shoulder at one point. This surely sounds like a nightmare for any actress." And that's why we won't be seeing the aesthetic Regency era corsets on the show anymore. It's more of a safety concern because Simone isn't the first one to complain about this painful dress code. Before this, KEIRA Knightley had also described how terrible corsets are because she had to wear one in The Duchess. Emma Stone is also one of the actresses who aren't happy with the corsets, and she also went on to say that corsets are gross. The creators have finally listened to all of these complaints, and those tightly fitted gowns with corsets underneath are officially out of fashion for historic shows. It also means that the corset-fitting scenes in Bridgerton aren't going to be a thing anymore, and it's not just the case for Bridgerton alone, because Netflix and BBC announced that they won't be featuring corsets in any of their period works from now on, considering the health implications these fitted clothes have on the actresses. As a result, the costume designers would surely have to make a few tweaks in the way that they design the gowns in the last 2 seasons. So we can actually expect to see better fitting gowns now that corsets are gone for good. Another change that's probably going to be a huge bummer for the fans is the farewell of Phoebe Dynevor from the 3rd season. Although we didn't get to see her a lot in the 2nd season, she still added a charm to the show. Now it seems like the star might not be okay with a handful of scenes, and she's decided to move on. She had the lead role in the 1st season and her character made the show so iconic, but in season 2 we hardly got to see her, and her screen time was reduced to only a few minutes in each episode. This might be why she's not coming back for a 3rd season, because there's not much left for her character to do. And with Regé-Jean Page also not being part of the show, it's even harder to display any angle of her character development, because the creators can't portray her married life either. If Regé stayed on the show, then it was possible for us to see their relationship dynamics after marriage, but this doesn't mean that she can't come back to the show in upcoming seasons, and she revealed it herself.
Potentially in the future, but yeah, season 3 I'm just excited to watch as a viewer.
Phoebe isn't the only one leaving the show, because we also have to bid farewell to Lord Featherington, who was double-crossed by Lady Featherington. He had to flee in a rush and doesn't look like he'll be coming back in season 3, but there's a high chance that he might take his revenge and will be back in Bridgerton 4 or 5. NICOLA COUGHLAN has already revealed that it's Penelope's turn to get a happy ending this time.
The love story of season 3 is Penelope and Colin.
This revelation shocked a lot of people because the Bridgerton fandom already knows that if we go by the book sequence, the new season would have been about Benedict. However, Benedict still hasn't figured out his inner voice and is pretty clueless in his life. So until he feels a sense of accomplishment in himself, he might not be able to love someone else. In the meantime, the creators have decided to skip ahead a book and cover the story of Colin and Penelope. It was actually long overdue, and we couldn't really watch Penelope moping over Colin for yet another season. The creators also think that the build-up between Pen and Colin has become a little too much, and before it starts getting annoying, they should just get it over with. And this is how Colin is getting a love story of his own before Benedict. Besides, the fun is only starting because NICOLA COUGHLAN revealed that she's terrified of shooting some of the scenes in the new season, and it surely has raised a lot of eyebrows. Fans are speculating that there's something more than just romance in Bridgerton 3, which might be why Nicola is so freaked out about it.
I've known for quite some time, I've known for over a year actually. So when Jess Barnell, who's our incoming showrunner, she said, you know, we've seen them with this build-up for 2 seasons. So it felt like the right time.
And there surely is a whole lot of build-up, and it's not the kind of build-up that Kate and Anthony had because they were in denial and were trying to suppress their feelings. But the new Bridgerton couple has been in the spotlight for 2 seasons, and it's only fair for them to finally get a moment to themselves. The host also asked Nicola if the intimacy in the new season will be steamy like season 1, or rather romantic like season 2. Nicola answered this question by saying that it's definitely gonna be a lot more similar to season 1, because Colin and Penelope are best friends. They're comfortable around each other's presence, so their intimacy will add a whole new layer to the show. In the words of Simone,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think condensation central. It's going to get super steamy.
Moreover, after the last season, fans thought that Bridgerton isn't going to display steamy and provocative scenes anymore, but Nicola's statement tells us that we might be wrong. And that's all the more reason to wait for Bridgerton 3 to finally come out. Another thing about the new season revealed by Simone Ashley was the relationship dynamic between her and the Viscount, because it's gonna change drastically. Kate isn't just a soul that Anthony yearns for anymore. She's his wife, and with that comes a bucket full of responsibilities. Bridgerton 3 will also feature the honeymoon phase of Kate and Anthony, because we only got to see them either fighting or longing for each other in the last season. So it'll be a great change of pace to see them hanging out like a regular couple. According to Ashley, the fans will be able to see how Kate struggles with fitting in her role as a Viscountess, and it's going to be harder than it sounds. She said, even though she comes across as fierce, you see her insecurities and fears. She's nervous, and I think there's strength in admitting that. Her character will develop quite a lot in season 3, and we'll see her become slightly more understanding and calm, in contrast to her feisty nature that we fell in love with in the second season. Ashley has also revealed that things are going to change between her and Anthony, because in season 2 there was heaviness and pressure whenever the two shared the screen, but now it will be sweet and romantic, and that's going to be really fun to watch. We probably won't have to wait a whole season just to see them kiss, fingers crossed. Apart from the love affairs, another thing that won't be the same is the friendship of Eloise and Penelope. It'll be painful to watch the two ignore each other, and Eloise isn't going to forgive Penelope anytime soon after what she did to her. And with Eloise knowing who the real Lady Whistledown is, keeping her alter ego under wraps won't be as easy for Penelope now. Eloise won't rat her out in front of everyone, but she still is a liability for Penelope, and she's going to have to figure out a way to protect her secret. And with Penelope being back in the dating scene, or what we call the search for a suitor, she has got to get more involved with the ton. And with so many people surrounding her and noticing her at all times, working as Lady Whistledown will turn out to be a huge challenge for her. In other news, Ruby Stokes playing Francesca Bridgerton won't be coming back for a new season, and Hannah Dodd will be taking her place. Ruby opened up about it, saying that she resonated with her character in Lockwood & Co. and wanted to continue it. She also revealed how hard it was for her to leave Bridgerton, but she's playing a lead in Lockwood & Co., while in Bridgerton we see her only in a couple of scenes. So it's only fair that she moves on to get a better role. Her character on the show didn't have a lot to explore about, but in the show she got offered, she has a whole tragic background, superpowers, and she's independent, fierce, and really strong. And who would like to turn down one such a character? Hannah Dodd, on the other hand, is really excited to be part of the Regency world, and in the upcoming season, we'll be seeing her as the lead with her very own love story. We could expect to see the former love interest of Colin, Marina Thompson, but there's a chance that she might not be in the final cast of Bridgerton 3 either. So, which of these changes were actually unexpected for you and took you off guard? As always, let us know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.